Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Ooni of Ife's palace in great shock. Like everybody is alleged to have been so shocked over the revelation that came from the coup. You know, the other day when we did a video, I said that it was alleged that they summoned the coup to come out of wherever they ran to come and respond to why they decided to leave the palace without even letting the king know what happened and why they left. Because this would not be the first time they are leaving, from what we are hearing. They said that cooks have been living like that, but this time it became very alarming because, 4 out of 5 of them left at the same time and decided to go to their various villages to go to do whatever it is that they went there to do. And so when they were summoned, okay, they had to come to expose what the true situation was. Now, it's been alleged that they came and they made a very serious revelation. For those of you who are Yorubas, I don't know if you have heard about the Iyamolu cave. Now, of course, we are all aware that there are a lot of deities in the Ife land, and they have a lot of shrines. A lot of these traditional people worship or pay allegiance to so many deities. We heard that there are about 401 and 200 deities have been turned to monuments for tourist attraction for the sake of education and so many others. And so right now it's remaining about 200 right there. That's the same reason why you see that they always have celebrations on daily basis. That the only day that there will be no celebration in Ife land is only Ooni of Ife that will be aware of that day. So one of these places that it's monumental and also very well respected happens to be a cave that is called the Iyamolo cave. Now, Iyamolo used to be the most senior wife of Oduduwa, as it is said in history. I stand to be corrected, but he never had children. And she was very frustrated because she had no child, and she did everything to get a child. The gods did not bless her with a child at the time. And so, because of her level of frustration, she now pleaded with the god to turn her into a mite that is now some kind of water. It is called the Yamolo cave. Now, the Yamolo cave is a water that's they said is right there in Ileife. It's meant for healing and it's meant for a lot of things. Now, before you people will come here and begin to drag me like a pass your neighbor generator, please, make sure you ask some questions. And Google is free for everybody. Now, it is also said allegedly that the water that comes from that Iyamolo cave is very medicinal. It is used for healing, and a lot of people go there to pray. Now, some people will come here and say, these things don't work and all of that. Look, one thing I do, I am a respecter of other people's religion, okay? And that is what civilized people do, because one thing you have no right to do is to make people believe in what you believe in. You want to respect what they believe in, even if you do not believe in it. So they believe that when they fetch the water and they pray, they get healing, they get answered prayers and all of that. That is their belief system, and they are entitled to each and every one of it, okay? And so now it will surprise you to hear that what we are hearing is that this water that comes from the Iyamolu cave happens to be the only water that the Ooni of Ife drinks, the only water that the Ooni of Ife bathe with, and the only water that they use in cooking for the Ooni of Ife. Now, ask me a question. Delaram, are you sure this information is true? I don't live in the palace. I told you these are all alleged information. And when I got wind of what the cooks were saying allegedly, as it is rumored, I also heard I had to go and do my own research. There's actually something called the Yamolo Cave. There is also people are also made to believe that that's the only water that the Oni of Ife drinks, cook and bathe. Now, ask me another question. How is it connected to the Oni of Ife? They said that the cave, a part of it is connected to the palace, and that palace cave is connected to all his water system. So basically, they say he drinks that water. That's the water that is used to cook for the Oni of Ife, and that is the water that Oni of Ife uses to bathe. Now, there is another thing again. They said that from the Yamolo cave, they said if you go there, you're not expected, say, for instance, you want to go and pray for something, or you want to go and bath, take your bath, fetch the water and bathe for healing. It is expected that you do it right there in the cave and not outside, that you cannot fetch the water and go outside to go and use it. Should you fetch the water and use it outside, there's going to be a very big, serious repercussion that is an abominable act. Now, ask me another question. When Oni of Ife travels to all of these countries, does he go with this water to bathe? Or does he go with this water to drink and all of that? Yes, he goes with this water to drink. Then he goes with the water not to bathe. They said that if he is out of his own country, he can use other water to bathe, but they will have to put a drop of this water into the water that he is using to bathe. That is the law. Now, this is something that we might want to, dissect and see where and how. But then let me return back to what is bringing this. Allegedly, we are hearing that the cook said that they've been under a lot of pressure to use ordinary water to be cooking for the Oni of Ife. Ooni of Ife, who is said to, have been told from when he was made the Ooni of Ife that they can't use ordinary water to cook for him, and they cannot use ordinary water to bathe for him to bathe in the palace, and they cannot use ordinary water to do anything for him. It has to be Yamolo cook water. And they said that they all have the water that every time, because it's connected to a cave, that brings that water to the palace for Oni of, connected only to the Oni of Ife and the cooks. And so that they have been under a lot of pressure to use normal water to cook for the monarch. And they all know that that is an abominable act. They all know that if they use normal water to cook for him, something bad may happen to the king and all of that. And that is what they do not want. But because the pressure has increased so much, that is why they decided to leave. Now, the question is that who is putting this pressure on you? And why couldn't you mash up to the Oni of Ife to let the Oni of Ife know what is going on? And they said they couldn't because, of course, these women are so well respected in the palace of the Oni of Ife. They are his wives. It's going to be their word, the woman's word against their own word. And, anything can go wrong when a woman knows that is doing or they are doing so much wrong. And so that was why the cook did not bring this up before the Oni of Ife and decided. Then another problem again is that they are well aware that the reason why all of these things with seeing tortoise, fire, and all of that, that may not be related to the fact that this water, Yamolo water, has been fetched and brought into, certain rooms and kept and used outside the place, the cave where the cave is. They said that you cannot fetch this water and go and use it outside is an abomination, or you cannot fetch it as a matter of fact, you cannot take it out of that position. The only person who can take it out of that position, just a little of it, perhaps they are traveling and all of that, happens to be just that one man, Arole Oduduwa, the first born of the gods. No other person can take it. But right now, they said that they have been fetching it and putting inside their apartments and, trying to experiment to see what the water can do or what the water cannot do. And apparently, that might just be because it's such an abominable act, and that must just be one of the major reasons why KBSC keeps seeing all of those fires. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.